Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Joni and I am the blogger behind simplelivingmama.com. And in today's video, I am setting up my kids' binders for my father's world. We are going to be setting up their history binder, their science binder, and their everything else binder. So I'm going to show you guys how I am doing that. I have a big mess laid out before me here on the floor, but we're going to get all these binders set up so they are ready for the new year. All right, so here is what I have going on. I have 3 students doing Exploration to 1850 this year. I have the packs of student sheets right here, and then each child gets 3 binders. They'll have a history binder, a binder for science, and a binder for like writing, language arts, art, and Bible. So I am going to set up their history binders today. Into the everything else binder, I'm going to add just some regular lined paper. We're just going to do our copy work on regular lined paper and all of that stuff. I am printing lab notebooks. I got a PDF of the lab, I guess it's the different science notebook stuff that another homeschool mom had compiled, and I'm going to print that for my 5th grader and my 3rd grader. And then my 7th grader is doing science in the atomic age, and he is going to get his lab notebook. I'm going to print it from the website that goes along with that book. They have a free download for the lab notebook available on their website. So that's how I'm going to set up the science binders. These student sheets, when I take them out, this cover page will go into the viewfinder for their binder, and I just reuse these binders year to year. When they're done with their work, I comb bind it for my records and put it away in a bin, so that way the binders can just be reused. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get started, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when I am finished. All right guys, so I have pretty much finished getting the kids' binders ready for the new school year. I'm gonna show you guys what I did, and this is pretty specific to my father's world and the way that they suggest you do things in the beginning of the teacher's manual. I haven't done it exactly like this before, but I'm trying to make things as organized and as simple as possible. So what I've done is each of my 3 older children are getting their own spiral notebooks. One is for spelling and one is for math. And they do their math on the computer, but they can just use this to work out their problems, and they're not having to hunt down scratch paper and stuff all of the time. And then in the spelling notebook, we are using Spelling Power again this year. And My Father's World provides this in the student sheets. So I cut it out and I put it in the front of each of my kids' spelling spiral notebooks. So they have that ready to go for spelling. Now for science, each of my children are getting 3 separate binders. They're gonna have a binder for science, a binder for history, and then a binder for everything else. So this is what the science notebook looks like for my 7th grader. He is using Science in the Atomic Age. This printable is free on the website for Science in the Atomic Age. So I just completely printed his entire student workbook for him so he can work on it as he sees fit. He will have to add his own lab pages, but this is his big science notebook. And for my younger 2 that are in doing My Father's World Exploration 1850, I got this cover sheet off of the Facebook group, and there's an entire notebook that goes along with it. I haven't printed it off yet because I'm not sure if I want to use all of the printables that go with this cover sheet, but I did go ahead and put all of the science pages in here from the student sheets that came with the curriculum. So that's what the science notebook looks like for my 3rd grader and my 5th grader. Now each of my kids has a notebook just to hold their language arts, their Bible and scripture, and their art that we're working on this year. I'm going to let each child decorate a page to put on the front of their binder for this, and there's 3 different dividers, and then I put just plain notebook paper back here, so if they're working on an English assignment and they need some notebook paper, they know where to get it. And then once it's done, it can be filed under the correct tab. And then finally, we have the history notebook. So in years past, I have always kept all of the student sheets with me and then dispersed them as they were needed. This year I'm doing things a little bit different. My kids are getting older, they're getting more responsible. So I just went ahead and I put all of the student sheets in the notebook, and they can work on them as we go through the curriculum. I added the state bird and flower flashcards, their state stickers, and all their timeline pieces right here in the front, and we can go through those as we get to those. I have seen where some moms have used pencil pouches, and they went on ahead and divided these up and put them in the pencil pouch. We may do that at a later time, I'm not sure, but I think that this will work out better this year, because last year I would have to hand out the papers and then we'd have to get the hole punch them and then file them and all that stuff. So doing things a little bit different this year, hoping that it works out for us. But this is how I have set up my kids' student binders this year. I'm excited to see how it works. Of course, if you don't know, my kids use a book of centuries. I have a video on that. I'll link up in the cards, so that way you can go check it out. But that's where we keep our timeline pieces, and they keep all of this stuff in a bin, which I will show you guys in a later video when I do my homeschool room tour. But that is it for this video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.